Okay, let me start by saying I like Megan Thee Stallion. 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 I like her music. I was never really a big fan of Tory Lanez. I was never, I feel like Dr. Umar Johnson. I was never a big fan of Tory Lanez. I was never a big fan of Tory Lanez. Now that we got, now, even though I get this out, I'm pretty sure someone's going to misconstrue me anyway. Okay. I seen this. Okay. I seen this meme of someone saying that uh, black men that justify it went along with saying like if anything knows what happened with Meg Thee Stallion, allegedly it was said that she was shot in the foot by Tory Lanez waving a gun around with the intent to hurt her. Now, my opinion about this is that um, I don't know if they were dating or not. I don't know but if he did do that intent to hit to hurt her, that is some fuckboy shit that I do not condone. With this being said, I seen this meme that was like any man that was, I think it went along with any man that would justify her getting shot is misogynistic and all that other shit, right? And what are they talking about? Well, one of her biggest songs is I'm a savage, and she always when you hear lyrics of most of these women, it's like you always want it's like you want a nigga that can handle her and all that other shit. You don't want no broke pussy ass nigga and all that other shit, right? I love Megan. Like I said, I love Megan Thee Stallion. But like when you telling people you a savage, do you really know what a savage is? And I'm pretty sure you do know what a savage is. She's from Houston. They got some savages down there. Probably been around some savages. You're not a small woman. You actually, which is why But that's another thing. Tory Lanez is like 5'3", so I'm pretty sure he has a Napoleon complex. With that being said, it is not misogynistic to call people to task of their lyrics. If she's talking about how much of a savage she is, when you do some savage, when another man does some savage shit, you know what they say. Everybody a gangster till a gangster shows up, right? So if I don't claim all that gangster shit, but I don't see me saying like I'm a gangster and all that other stuff. You know why? Because that's not the lifestyle I grew up in. That lifestyle is not me. All right, even though gangster could be like you could be a corporate gangster, you could be a some type of street hood nigga and all that other shit. You know what? It could be subjective, but at the same time, what the core. When people know what a gangster is, you know what they're talking about. All right. I'm not in the mob, so I wouldn't claim to be in the mob. So if I'm telling people that I'm this hardest nigga out here and no one can fuck with me, and a nigga whip my ass, they're gonna say, "Oh, I thought you was the hardest nigga out. No one could fuck with you." It's not misogynistic to bring someone to task. And I'll say this again. I love Megan Thee Stallion. I am not a big fan of Tory Lanez. I'm saying this. And this. I'm gonna keep probably say this a lot until you know it gets into people's heads. I'm not all defending Tory Lanez. What he did was some fuckboy shit. But when you call yourself a savage and this is some savage nigga do some savage shit, what do you expect? What do you expect? Do I feel like black women are unprotected? Yes, they are unprotected. But at the same time, and I say this all the time, sometimes there's a lot of you women that put yourself out there. There's a lot of you women, like, a lot of y'all feel like, oh, and this is what, when y'all talk about the strong black woman and all that other stuff, it's just like, a lot of y'all put yourself out there. It's not even, what they say, it can't be a stereotype if it's true. Some women will get in your face. Like the Karens, don't get me wrong, Karens will get in your face, or they'll like talk their shit, but you can see them like you know what they really about. They'll back down there. A black woman will fight you. Like especially black women, they don't have a black woman don't have a problem fighting you. Like especially grown men. I've seen 5 foot women fighting grown ass 6 feet niggas, and Whoopi Goldberg said the best. A lot of y'all really be like going after niggas that really like chivalry is not as much anymore. And like I seen what's that fathead woman Shanika or some shit like that. I ain't got no beef with her, but she was like, if a man put a hand on you or put a hands on you, you gay and all that other stuff. And here's the thing: I don't want to hit women. Be. I don't want to be close to where I am to hitting women. Right? I don't want to put my hands on women. And I'm saying this right now. I do not want to put my hands on a woman. But there are times where I've seen women like really, really trying to come at me. There was a video of a woman chasing, I think what it was, a baby daddy with a knife, and another nigga had to come save him, and he was putting this on live, and he had like one of his friends had to come save him and drive him in the car because she was chasing him around the hood with a knife. Now, if he would have punched her in his face, would he be in the wrong? Some people say you should never put a hand on women. I was like, I'm I'm from the school of Chris Rock. Shit, it's like you can throw, just don't do it. You can, just don't do it. There's a reason to throw an old woman down the stairs. Just don't do it. All right, but if a woman is coming at you with a knife, or she like trying to burn your house down and all that other shit, I sometimes expect you to uppercut that woman in the head. I don't want to put my hands on a woman. I don't think any man should want to put. I don't think any good man wants to put their hands on a woman. But what do you do when you force their hands? And he goes up beside your head. Then what do? Is it his fault? Me personally, no. Because I've seen men. This is what men do. Like, we warn you, please stop. I don't want to hit you. Please stop. I don't want to hit you. And then some men they go through A through Y before they hit the Z, and like hitting you with Z. And sometimes like you might have to like shake the shit out of her, maybe like grab her and then force her on the wall to talk, and then like you have to show them your strength and all that other stuff. That's one point, but this is just. But a lot of men don't want to hit women. I'm not defending Tory Lanez because I don't know what happened in that car. We have to figure out what happened in that car. Tory Lanez is really, really silent about that. I actually sided with Megan. When it comes to that, I actually sided with Megan. Because, I don't know. Even though I don't have the full... And this is, look, usually I'm like, I still need to see evidence. It's like, but if you ask me where I'm leaning Meg's way. Because it was his gun, and she did get injured. So, obviously... Tory Lanez is in some shit, and I think that was a felony for what he did. So he probably has some Napoleon complexes in. I'm leaning towards, but if you're talking about, but I say this all the time. It's like some of y'all gonna be calling yourself these savages, or y'all be one of these bad boys and all that shit. And then when you get an actual bad boy, and you know what them niggas is really about, you be like, oh my god, it's just, and this is not just to like make y'all just date them. The quote unquote nice guys, or the guys that won't hurt you and all that other stuff. Because everybody got problems here and there. Hell, the black community just got problems that it just need fixing. But at the same time, when you say something, you're going to get called to task. Men go through this all the time. This is not no misogynistic shit. We do it to fucking men. All right. It's just like, if we're really going down the line of that, you do it to fucking men. If you talking about how much of a savage you are, and you talking about how much of a bad bitch, some people go, oh, well, let's see how much of a bad bitch you are. All that other stuff. Like, what happened to her, it shouldn't happen to her. And I'm going to say this again. What happened to her? I don't think she deserved to get shot. But you got to call the task when you talk about you want to live this wild life, or you want to live this or you calling yourself a savage. Do you know some savages? Like, I know, like, Boozy, that nigga is savage. And he holds that to his day. Webby, he is savage. The savage knife. That's a savage nigga. Some people, they when they grow, they change their ways. Like Jay-Z, he's not a street hustler no more. He's a businessman. Same thing with 50 Cent. I'm not hustling in the streets no more. I'm he's an entrepreneur, he's a businessman, and all this. Some people grow and evolve, but a lot of people, like especially in your 20s, you're still learning. All right, and like I said, I'm not defending Tory Lanez at all. What he did was some fuckboy shit. And I love Megan Thee Stallion, and I love her music, and I want her to rap the way she wants to. But at the same time, like you gotta be called to task with the words you saying. That's why people say words matter. I, and that's yeah, I'm gonna keep that short because that's one of the things that been on my mind. I thought it was a real stupid post, and in my opinion, I just thought it was a real stupid post because it seems like everybody's trying to make an excuse. I understand, like I said, I understand black women are not really protected, but at the same time, like there there sometimes you throw yourself out there in the wolves. Don't if you're gonna throw yourself out there in the wolves, you gotta expect to get bit a few times. And like I said, look, and in my opinion, like I do think culture wise, and I've had this conversation before, culture wise, like we're different from it's like culture we're different from other people's culture. From not just like maybe like island blacks maybe treat their kids maybe better. Africans probably treat theirs, but I know white people treat theirs too. But at the same time, I know white people be beating on their wives, especially Irish. That was like an Irish thing about Irish people beating their wives, especially when they drunk. So I'm not condoning it, but let's just say like it's just problems we need to be fixed. And I'm gonna keep saying this because it's happening even more and more. Black men and black women, we're like I feel like we're keep separating instead of coming closer. We're growing further apart, and I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing it at all because we need each other. And I'm gonna say this many a times: black men and black women need each other. Point blank. Period. So that is my short little rant about this. Let me know what you guys think. Um, should you hold someone to task if they say they're their person? Floyd Mayweather is undefeated for a reason because he is. All right. Um. Till then, let me know what y'all think. Till then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.